Hey, look we're on. We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You heard that big sigh. He's taking a little break from his lunch break to do this, and he has just a ton of work to do.
Yeah.
This is actually going to be the king of the Build-A-Bears. Little phrase we coined here on the show, and people are referring to it. People are calling Scott up in service. Hey, I've got some accessories to add to my car. Now, it's not the Build-A-Bear project that Chuck's been working on. Scott's like, what is Build-A-Bear? What are you guys talking about? So, thanks for having fun with us. Thanks for the business. These guys are paying good money to have you do the work.
Sure.
Send an exorbitant amount of accessories, and they're like, hey, well, you got to just do it. But it also comes at a cost, and that cost is time, because you have other things that you've got to do. So I appreciate the understanding. Rick and Sherry from Washington State, they're the ones that sent us all those
the box of goodies.
Yeah. Did you get any of that, or did your wife steal it all?
No. I had some of the salmon, and I think I ate some of the syrup and some other stuff.
Oh yeah, there were good stuff in there.
Oh yeah,
good stuff. Now I know you've been busier and all get out. This is pretty much all I've talked to him since he's been back from vacation. He's about to go on another vacation, and it's unfortunate the timing this is happening because, with your anniversary date with the dealership, I mean, it's use it or lose it. So you're leaving on vacation again Thursday, trying to get this one done before you leave, and as we mentioned, a slew of other ones. But speaking of Build-A-Bear, Rick and Sherry just sent us some stuff. You guys are always kind and send us a lot of stuff. I got something for you, Chuck. I wanted to get you something. In the spirit of Build-A-Bear, I've got a little bear for you. There you go, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, just when you get...
Look, I don't have to build this one.
Exactly right. When you get stressed, I want you to look at that little guy. That's a good spot right there. Look at that little guy and just smile. So, and it's funny because we got one more box that was sent from Rick and Sherry, and they said, hey, hope you enjoy the box of goodies, which we did. We shared with you guys on the channel. And he says, here is some additional parts for the Build-A-Bear project. He goes, maybe I should name this car Teddy. Actually, there's going to be one of these in the car for you too, Rick and Sherry. Thank you so much for the support and for the business. Talking on my Sunday Coffee with Conti show, and actually today, guys, we did a bonus ride segment on Sunday. That was pretty cool. And we're going to do a ride segment tonight. We've got some beautiful cars and that beautiful woman that we're all... Oh, yeah. I mean, you're the star of Tech Tuesday. She's the freaking star of the ride segment. Yeah, I got some more timber for you, baby. Oh, yeah! And I got a couple of pictures to share. We were invited to go, and I couldn't go because of schedule. Ryan and I were invited to go to the Watkins Glen Corvette Festival this past weekend. You'll see a few of those pictures in the ride segment today. I actually took my first Saturday off, and it wasn't for a Corvette event. Went and saw my oldest son, and we just celebrated Christmas up in Cleveland. He's been busy. I've been busy at Christmas. We were all sick, so we never really got together for Christmas. And it's weird because as I talk to him now, you're familiar with Jim Croce, the song, Cats in the Cradle?
Yep.
My life is becoming that freaking song. I mean, I love that song. I can't listen to that song. It tears me up, and I listen to it. It's like, and I'm trying to change things. Again, this is our opening here. We'll get to your questions in a second. But I try to change things so I can try to live a little bit. But it's thanks to so many customers that I can do the things that I'm doing right now. But trying to find that balance sometimes is a little tough. So it was good to have that weekend. So I'm sure you enjoyed your vacation. And
I did.
I don't know if you're going to do anything this time around, or...
Well, if I did what I did last vacation, was slept most of the time because the place is wearing me out. But.
Yes, oh yeah, I know. He actually, I mean, some of the stuff he's doing is a little more labor intensive, so you guys understand. And I think you said your shoulders haven't hurt like that in years.
Well, no, the 2 weeks worth of PDIs was, that about did me in.
Yeah, and it wasn't just straight PDIs, it was the slew of accessories that we're doing. So we're excited to build your bears up, but my gosh. Thank you again for the emails. Thanks for the support of the channel and asking about Tech Tuesday. This was a difficult one to put together. I thank Chuck for taking the time to do that. So if you want to start, let's throw out as many as we can.
Sure, I got one here from Lisa. It says, hi Rick, my front lift is stuck in the up position. Can I drive it that way to the dealer? That's going to be your choice, Lisa. I mean, I don't know how far you have to go to the dealer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it will limit the speed because it is in the up position.
That's a characteristic of the front lift.
Yeah.
If you forget to put it down and you're not at a saved location, it will lower by itself once you get to a certain, I forget what it is, so I apologize. Come on, Rick, you're supposed to know this stuff. It's somewhere in the 20s, 24, 26, whatever. But being that you have an issue with yours, I'm not sure if it would automatically lower.
Right.
Maybe if you have a back road, maybe try to get it up into the 20s and see if it comes down. But if it's stuck, I personally, and I think you were talking off camera too, I probably would just tow it. I wouldn't
yeah.
take a chance.
And I've seen them when they take them off the trucks out here, they raise the front ends up to get them off the truck and leave them up. And usually when I get in them, they automatically lower back down when I start them.
Right.
And it's not very, like maybe 5-10 mile an hour, if that, it comes down.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's one from Ken. Thanks a lot. He says, Rick and Chuck, I've installed the front grille guards on my C8. A lot of people are doing that now. GM now offers that as an accessory, which is a huge popular item right now. By the way, I have some to put on my car, but okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm done whining about that. It's like, I'm just sharing real stuff with you guys.
Build-A-Bear 2.0 is what he's talking about.
Yeah. Mine's going to be 3.0 by the time we get the freaking car into service. Anyways, Ken says, I'm wondering, is it worth doing the side vents? Do stones travel up into these side vents? Stones could get in there. I don't know if they're going to travel. And I remember back in my 21 when you did that Blue Attack air filter and you pulled it out and there was a leaf in there. I said, Chuck, how the hell did that get in there? I said, I really don't have any big trees by my house. He said, Rick, it comes in through the side. What do you think now? I was like, So yes, you can get some debris in there, and I do recommend personally putting those side vents on, which he will do eventually.
Someday.
Right, thanks.
You're on the list, just not the short list.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, this one comes from Sam. Says, thank you guys for Tech Tuesday. I have several questions. One, if I go on a long road trip, is there a benefit to taking extra key set with me? I have a metal Faraday cage case which blocks the key signal. If yes, where's the best place to hide it in the car?
Wow, that's a personal preference. That's not really a tech question. That's
a personal preference, whether you want to take another key fob with you or not. I don't know what kind of car you got. If it's a new C8, the fobs go to sleep after a while. The car quits looking for them. If it's a C7 or back, it's always looking for it, but you got the cage that blocks it, so.
I'm not too trusting of a person. I think on this one you got to do you, man, and I don't really know where you put that and worry about a bump, you make it come loose.
The problem is there's not a lot of magnetic metal under these
Right,
beds.
exactly. Yeah, where it could go, you probably can't get to anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right, here we go. How or where do I find Tech Tuesday online? I've been watching from YouTube on my TV.
I appreciate that. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. The channel has become a second full-time job for me, and someone suggested to make these playlists, different categories within the channel, and that would be a tab across the top of the channel. You have videos and community page. There would be another playlist page. I need to do that and dump those all into a Tech Tuesday file playlist. I just haven't done that yet, so I do apologize, but thanks for checking us out. You always can use the search bar, search Tech Tuesday. I don't have those coded if you're looking for something specific, so a lot of times it's what we hope is that you'll sit like you are today, just watch and listen to the conversations, and hopefully it's like, oh yeah, that's something that'll be helpful to me. So hopefully that helps you out. I think he's got one more question.
Yep, third one. I received brake cooling parts for my Z51 C8 uninstalled. Should some of these parts be put on permanently? Okay, for the rear brake ducts, it comes in 6 pieces. 2 rectangular tubes that's supposed to be bolted on when the PDI is done. The other 2 scoops that bolt on and bolt together, those are for track use only.
Right.
You drive it to the track, put them on at the track, do your tracking event, and before you leave, you're supposed to take the scoops back off.
Because those hang down low and debris can get in there. And
Scooped
there was a guy,
up and it goes right back to the rotor.
I forget who it is, I apologize, but a guy in 2020, a piece of paper on the road got in there and it caught that area on fire by his rotor because it's so hot. And I think once here we go one more time. I think I was doing this. All right, so we're coming out of compressor break. So we're actually in the shop trying to film this for you guys. But when Chuck does do some of the accessories waiting to be done on my car, Rapid Blue 2.0, Chuck said, what I'm going to do for you, Rick, on those back ones, I'm going to put the top piece on only, so when you go to the track, it makes it easy. You just put the bottom piece on to, draw that air in there, which I really desperately need. So.
Well, like I said, that package comes in 6 pieces. There's 2 rectangular tubes that are about like this that should have been put on during the PDI that bolt straight to the knuckle, but if this is the tire, they're flat in with the tire so nothing can get sucked up. The other 4 pieces are in 2 halves that look like half moons. They go together, and that's the scoop part that scoops it back into the rectangular piece. So,
all right.
And yeah, that's track use only. All
right, thanks for watching the channel. Appreciate that. Here's one about the key fob. from Point Ponder, thank you so much. What is the range of the key fob on the C8 Corvette? The range it can operate as far as clicking it, lock and unlock rather, for your remote start, actually physically touching the key fob is up to, depending on signal, battery strength, is up to 197 feet. Of course, as you walk up to the car, it's within 3 feet when it's on you. So he was also asking in here, how far away can I still remote start the car? Well, don't forget you have your My Chevrolet app on your phone. You could be in China. You can send that signal, all right? So utilize that app. That's really a great feature on the new Corvettes now. It comes with a 3-year package on the My Chevrolet app. Make sure you've got that on your Corvette. You may not know that. If you bought it from somewhere else, make sure you got it, use it. It's some great tools. A lot of service reminders will pop up on there, because a lot of times on my screen I don't have what the oil life is, and they'll pop up and tell you on the app, hey, by the way, you're at 20% oil life, probably need to get an oil change. Oh, okay, great. So good reminders. Use the My Chevrolet app. But 197 feet as far as using the clicker part of it, 3 feet if it's on you without touching it, to open up front, trunk, and the side doors.
I can just tell you from my experience.
Wait, I didn't see the
I've been waiting, because I've had, we get a truckload of PDIs in, my keys will get mixed up, and I'll be down here trying to start a car, remote start a car, and I'm starting one up by your office.
Right.
And it will start.
Right.
And you know how far away that is. Yeah. And anybody that's been here knows how far away that is.
Is it? Okay, well, I'm not good at guessing that. That's
a ways.
I think that's more than 197 feet.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty close, so there you go.
Or I've been up there trying to get the next car and had the key to the car down here, and it don't work. And
don't tell me you're one of those guys who walk around the lot. Beep, 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 beep. Where's the car at? Beep, 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 beep. Oh, is this the car? Oh, there it is.
Oh, look, it needs battery now.
Exactly. Tech Tuesday, it continues. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, this one comes from Keith. It says, I'm a first-time owner, bought a 22 Stingray Rapid Blue 2LT HTC. Unfortunately, I didn't get the performance exhaust. Looked at aftermarket, but too rich for my blood. My question is, can I buy a performance exhaust from my coworker who had it on his C8 and have it installed on mine? My coworker bought the aftermarket exhaust from Borla, had the factory installed performance exhaust available for me to purchase. Would I be able to have it installed and enjoy the performance exhaust as I intended, or would my car be able to utilize it because I didn't get it from the factory? No, he didn't get the Z51 option.
Right.
It depends.
We've not done any of these.
Right, but I put the Borla exhaust on. That's what I put on the last two.
Yeah, and you're doing it for Rick and Sherry as well.
Right, but they're bought especially for their cars. Do you have it's been a long week already.
We're tired.
Yeah, the cylinder deactivation valves and all the different things.
Right,
the FM valves and all that stuff. If you have pretty much the same, then yes, you should be able to. But
be able to tap into it.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. I apologize. We don't have a clear-cut answer on that for you.
Right.
I don't know if there's another component, electronic, besides that device that you need for that to work. So I'd have to say probably no. I would have to say probably no, it wouldn't work, but I'm not the technician, and again, that's something we just really haven't dug into.
Well, yeah, I know when I put the Borla exhaust on here, there's heat shields and the valves I have to take off and transfer from the factory exhaust to the Borla exhaust.
Yeah, but those cars already had performance exhaust, so that's why the Borla setup that these people are using, when you're turning the mode selector, they are opening and closing in the aftermarket capacity.
Correct.
Yeah, it does sound pretty damn good, though.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It does. It does sound
no
really
doubt.
Good. Here's one from another Lisa. Hey, Rick and Chuck, love you guys. Love Chuck a little more. My name is Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I live in New York. Thank you for all the tips and tricks you've given me in Tech Tuesday. Your advice has helped me love my 22 HTC even greater. My question is, good question. We've talked about this a lot. I'm glad we're going to revisit it. My question is, I understand that GM recommends you do the first oil change at 7,500 miles. However, I'm at 1,700 miles, 11 months into ownership, and the oil life indicator is at 17%. Should I change the oil now or wait to the 7,500 miles? No, we recommend it's almost a year. We see a lot of this, folks, especially depending on the time of the year that you're buying the car. Do just the oil change, and Chuck tells you save your first service. So spend a couple $100, do the oil change, get that reset, because that clock is ticking. The percentage life is still ticking even when the car is sitting. So definitely get that done, and then even though you probably, based on this driving, you won't be at the 7,500 miles, but as you approach the 2-year ownership before the 2 years, then yes, have that full first service done, new oil change, DCT filter, top off of the fluid that Chevrolet provides for you, okay?
And the only thing I got to say about that is because we've had it happen here. We haven't done it, but customers have took their car somewhere else and had the oil change done.
Oh, that's right.
And saved their first service, and then they hit their time or their mileage and come here to have their first service done, and it's already been claimed by the previous dealer who just changed their oil. So if you're going to do the oil change, which I recommend, make sure you tell them, do not claim my first service. I want to pay for the oil change.
Yeah, you know why they do that? Because the dealer's getting paid for that.
Right.
And they're screwing you up big time.
Yes.
Big time. So yeah, be very clear, like Chuck said. Make sure they know you're paying for the oil change now. See you next year for the full first service.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Lisa, for watching the channel.
All right, this comes from Clint. Says, I enjoy your Tech Tuesday show and appreciate Chuck sharing his time and vast knowledge to answer viewer questions. I found these shows to be informative and influential in my consideration of purchasing a C8.
Cool.
My question is about my 2009 Z06. Is there a simple way to purge the air from the cooling system? It's time to change my coolant again. I want to ensure I have all the air out of the system. Any tips or tricks would be appreciated.
That's right up your wheelhouse on this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way I do it here is either with a coolant flush machine where you're putting in exactly what you're putting out, or if I drain it, then we have a vacuum fill where I actually draw a vacuum on the cooling system and then click it open and it sucks coolant in, it draws coolant in as it dissipates the vacuum. Otherwise, if you're just draining and refilling it, just try to drain it, refill it the best you can. What I suggest you do is start it up without driving it, let it sit there and run, come up to temperature, make sure the cooling fans are working and blowing hot, and then shut it down and let it cool completely back down and check it again. Top it off.
Nice, easy way to do it.
Yep.
In your driveway. All right, cool. Here's one, again, this we've covered several times on Tech Tuesday. It's great to revisit it because we do a lot of out-of-state business. Rick, I have a great question for you and the star of Tech Tuesday. That would be Chuck. Yes. I love it when you guys stick it in me and then you turn it. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm having fun. I don't give a crap, man. This is great, man. I couldn't do this without you. I really couldn't.
I wouldn't do it without you either.
I know you sold several Corvettes to people in California. Has any of your clients, and they have, had issues getting their vehicles smogged? I got a 23 C8, 1,300 miles in it, failed the smog test. Absolutely. It's hard, I know, because of the traffic situation in California. This came direct from a Corvette engineer on the team. Try to get that car as hot as you can before you go to do the smog test. You're past the mileage that you need to be, but try and get it hot. So drive it for a half an hour up to an hour, not 25 miles an hour. You want to be 40, 50, 60 miles an hour and get that hot. Get it in there. Hopefully you don't have a long wait to get it smogged, and it should pass no problem, especially at 1,300 miles. So try that and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for the question.
Yep.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, and I know you got to get back to work.
Yeah.
All right, before you guys go, time to show off some good-looking cars. These are your beautiful rides, including more of timber. Do I make it just a little obvious? Thanks again, man.
Don't listen.
Okay. Keep watching, like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. See you soon.
Too young, and I didn't understand that you were no one, and I can't wait to see you can't wait. to discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one. And I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. 'Cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you